What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, I'm going to be going over something that I've recently realized in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM, and how you guys, if you have some of these cards in your collection, can make some really solid MT right now in this game. Now, it has everything to do with these flash challenges, and not only these recent ones, but even ones from past weeks. So you guys know I'm not a fan of flash all the way around. I don't like the super packs. I hate the fact that you gotta grind these challenges all season long for one dark matter. It's just not great. It's just not ideal. But there are two new teams today in which if you win a game with 13 players, that's part of the challenge. And so the Trailblazers players right now in this game are super expensive, okay? And so there's a couple of things you can do. Number one, you can go through your collection and see, do you have any Trailblazers players and what they're selling for? Number two, you can also snipe these cards in your collection. So the two new teams today are the Trailblazers and the Rockets. And so those cards from those teams are definitely relatively expensive. You guys can see for the Trailblazers, each and every one of those cards is going for 2,000 MT. For the Rockets, you're looking at cards be a little more expensive. The cheapest one, 2,000 MT. And so the first order of business for me today is, okay, going into my collection, do I have any sellable Trailblazers players? I do in Devontae Graham. Guess what? I know right now I can put my Devontae Graham up for 2,300 and he is probably going to sell. That is the first thing that I would do for you guys today, or if I were you guys, I would do is look and see, do you have any Trailblazers players? Do you have any Rockets players? If you do, get rid of them, sell them, because there is not going to be a time in 2K in which they're going to sell for more than they are going for right now. It's just the way it is. Like even a Jalen Green for 2,400, it's absolutely crazy. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But the truth is, people pick up these cards, buy these cards, and grind out the challenges for them. So even AJ Griffin, I might even be able to get up to 2,700 MT for AJ Griffin. It's crazy, but that's the truth. Now, again, that's just this week. If you go back to past weeks, and you look, okay, what do people need? Well, they need Wizards and 76ers players. So it's the same thing from past weeks as well. These Wizards players are going to be relatively expensive. And it's not something that, oh, they just are expensive for a week. No, they're going to be relatively expensive for a while. And so something you guys can do, I don't know if I necessarily recommend it, but is sit on these snipe filters, because there are going to be guys that don't really know what's going on with these cards and why they're expensive that put these cards up for cheap. So the Lakers are another team, I do believe, that you need these cards to grind out challenges. I don't know for sure, but I think this is from a week ago. And so the Lakers, I really wouldn't pick up a ton of players from there, because it seems like those players aren't expensive. But from the Rockets, from the Trailblazers, it seems like these cards are going to be relatively expensive. And for me, I went through my collection the other day and put up a bunch of these cards. Same thing for the Grizzlies, Hawks, Kings, all Bulls. All of these cards, or all of these teams, have cards that, guess what? If you have any of these cards, like, again, you've just got a bunch of MTs sitting in your collection. You guys might not even know it, might not even realize it, but I'm telling you, if you go through and sell these cards, like Bazelis, for example, might sell for close to 3,000 MT. And again, these are things that people don't realize. I didn't even process this in my mind, but you got guys like Bazelis that go for a ton of MT that, again, if he sits in my collection till next season, I'm losing out on all of that MT. Same thing with Julian Phillips. Right now, 2,700, but I could probably get 2,500 out of Julian Phillips as well. So these are, again, are the things that I'm doing myself right now, and I definitely would recommend you guys doing it. And it's not every team that has these cards that, go for a lot right now. It's just the teams that people need these cards to grind out the specific challenges. So go through, see, okay, for all of these challenges, Grizzlies, Kings, who are the teams, and get rid of those cards for sure. Again, I don't necessarily love going through and doing it for all of the teams in the NBA. But basically clearing out my collection. It takes forever. I don't necessarily love doing it. But at the end of the day, if you have any of these cards, even a GG Jackson, guess what? The card is going to sell for quite a bit of MT. And again, it is one of the best opportunities for us to make MT right now in this game. It is. Again, there's not a lot of easy ways to make MT. But you guys can see my Devontae Graham just sold for over 2,000 MT. It's crazy. Like, it actually is crazy how much some of these cards truly are going for. And again, there's so many different teams. There's probably at least, what, close to 15 different teams that this does work for. And so, another thing you guys can do is just go, if you don't want to, you know, search team by team, just go through your collection and put your cards up, right? Like, go through your collection. If you don't want to, you know, see exactly what cards are selling for a ton, all those things, just go through your collection and put your cards up. You know, like, it's something that normally this Josh Hart's going to be going for less than 1,000 MT, but right now, his price is 3,400. Again, these are the things that nobody normally thinks about. But like, for you guys right now, I would go through your collection and just see what cards you have, see what they sell for, and try to make that extra MT. Because again, MT on this game is the most important thing you guys can have, right? You used to be able to grind for tokens. You used to be able to grind for different things. MT is literally the most important thing one can have right now. Now, Rudy Gobert for the Timberwolves obviously doesn't sell for a lot because I don't think there's a Timberwolves challenge out right now. But a Bob McAdoo, right? I don't know, again, if there's a Celtics challenge or not. But I'm going to put this Bob McAdoo up for, I don't know, 2,900 and just hope he sells. Hope there is a challenge for Celtics players. Hopefully somebody picks up that Bob McAdoo and that he does indeed sell. But it's just something that I would encourage you guys to do because a lot of these cards have value right now that they wouldn't normally have, right? They have that boosted value. And again, if you can find a way to make that little extra MT because of that, I can't stress enough how important that is to do, especially with some of these emerald cards. Like, emeralds normally don't sell for something, and you guys can see the emeralds that don't have much value sell for right at that 750 mark, right? Like, all of these emeralds that don't need, or, you know, that these teams don't have challenges, they're gonna sell for probably this 750, right? It's nothing crazy, it's nothing really to worry about. But like that Josh Hart, it's gonna sell for nearly 4,000 MT. That's really the boost that you are getting for any of these cards that do have the exact team that people are looking to grind out those challenges. It's another reason I don't really recommend you guys grinding out for the Dark Matter. I don't think it's worth it. But one thing I think is worth it is take advantage of the people that are grinding it out. Take advantage of all the people that are buying these cards, these overpriced cards, and you know, maximize your profit off of them. That's kind of what I would look for. Because obviously, again, I don't think, you know, it's worth it to grind these out. Like Jonas Valanciunas selling for 2,700. Like, are we serious? These are the things that you guys need to take advantage of. Now, as you know, people watch this video and more people realize what's truly going on, the auction house could go down. But another thing I want to encourage you guys is if you do open super packs, don't just quick sell the players you get from them, right? So if you open even base packs right now, guys, like another thing I would tell you guys is base packs are probably more worth it to open up than ever before. Now, I'm just going to open up one to kind of showcase this for you guys. Because you open a Pantheon base pack, right? And even if you have VC, I would recommend base packs over anything else, okay? So I just flip off. Now, I got Tari Eason, right? Now, normally Tari Eason probably doesn't sell for a whole ton. However, I do know the new challenge today has everything to do with Rockets players, right? And so I can go in here, look at this Tari Eason. Well, guess what? The Tari Eason that normally sells for, you know, 1,000 MT is selling for 3,000 MT. Just kind of another approach you guys can take to it, right? If you do want to open up packs, open up base packs instead. You know, it's just another small thing that in turn you guys can think about for you guys. So again, there's a lot going on with this. It is something that I do think you guys can take advantage of in a big time way. And for me, normally I put up badges. Normally I'm doing anything to get MT. But right now, you don't even have to do all of that. Like, you don't even have to make things more difficult than they have to be. Just go through your collection, see, do you have any of these cards, and what do they sell for? Because for me, I know I got a lot of these gold cards. For example, Corey Joseph for the Magic. Now, again, he's not selling for a whole ton because there's no real challenges for him. But if you do have any of these cards, you know, that are gonna, you know, end up selling for a lot, it is worth your time to go through and do. So that's just kind of my piece of recommendation for you guys. And again, especially if you have any of these cards from those teams in challenges, that's where you're really going to notice your MT grow like crazy. So that's just kind of my approach to things. It's one of the reasons I've seen my MT on my account skyrocket over the past couple of days, is just taking advantage of the people that are grinding these things out. They're willing to buy cards for more than they normally go for, because guess what? If they're grinding these challenges out, they don't really have a choice, right? They've got to get these certain cards, and a lot of times these cards, you know, are going to be more rare than probably they even should be. So it is what it is. Something to think about definitely for you guys as you do dive into this thing a little bit further. But just gonna show you guys again kind of what I'm doing, and hopefully it helps you guys out in a massive, massive, massive way. So throughout this video, right, I've been recording for 10 minutes. You guys can see with what's sold already, AJ Griffin, Jalen Green, Devontae Graham, Noah Clowney, that's basically what, 9,000 MT? That normally would be 4,000 MT, right? The pack I opened, normally it would return maybe 1,000 MT. It's going to return 3,000 MT on the 4,000 MT I spent. Now again, it's not every team, so just kind of be aware, it's not every team. But you go through and look, you got 4 teams there, you got 4 teams there, you got 2 teams there, right? In the 76ers and Wizards, and then you got 2 teams here, right? You got, you know, 10 teams that people need cards for. So just kind of something to think about. That's going to wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Again, MT is so hard to come by on this game. If you can take advantage like I am, you're going to put yourself in a really solid position. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.